Welcome to this web-based course in Form Designer, the PixelPoint Form Designer system. Within the next series of videos, we're going to go through and take a look at how to go about designing screens so that they come up with nice, appealing appearances, not only within the order templates, but also with all the other screens that show up as well, and how you can go about designing all the various components in this and giving it a very nice appearance. And we're going to start out by taking a look within the back office at the Form Designer program itself. And so coming into the back office, under the Administrator pull-down menu, we have Form Designer. Now selecting on this is going to bring up a window that's referred to as the Form Manager. And the Form Manager basically manages all the different forms or templates that for all these different screens that reside on the system. Located down the left-hand side, I have a list of all of the different applications that you can apply it to. For example, Finish Forms for the Finish screen, Order Forms for the Order screen, Question Forms for Force Question screens, Kiosk Forms for kiosk applications. Now a kiosk is a station where the customer can actually place their own order rather than have a server do it. And then finally we have other forms for miscellaneous applications, such as in this case what I've got for is customer display screens. These are stations that have dual monitors, one which faces the customer, and you can program those screens as well. And so going into any one of these, if I want to load up any one of the forms, I simply select on the application, and then from here I can choose one of the forms. So for example, I'm going to choose the default order form 1024 by 768, and from here I'll select Open. So what I have right now up on the screen is the Form Manager form for a 1024 by 768 customer order screen. And if I was to select on the lightning bolt, which gives kind of a run version of it, then I can see the actual order screen itself. Now if I wanted to load up another form, then what I can do is come up to this toolbar across the top, and you'll see the very first one here says Open, and if I select on that, it will bring up the Form Manager screen again. And then from here I can go down. Let's say I want to take a look at it in the 800 by 600 format. Now in doing that, I now have two templates or two forms that are available to me. One in the 1024, one in the 800 by 600. And I can load up any applications, any one of the forms, I can load them up within here. And I can just toggle back and forth between the two just by selecting on their respective tabs. If I want to close off any one of them, then I just come up to this toolbar again, and I have a folder with an arrow pointing up, which is Close Form. I can select on that, and that will close off one form, and I can close off another form, or I can open up another one and select again. Now also from within here as well, you'll notice that there's actually two general components to the Form Manager screen. First of all, as we go down through each one of these, you'll notice that within the main section here, I've got all of these different titles. Now that's only the part of it. That's part of it that you actually reference to access that form. But also the second part of it is the file itself. Now if I was to go into Open from File, then within here right now, what I've got a list is a list of all of the different order templates on my hard drive right now. And you'll notice that if I go into, let's say, Finish Forms and Open from File, I've got a different list again. The reason being is that these are filtered based on the file extension. An FIN file is for finished screens, ORD for order forms, QST for force question forms, and so on. So each one of them has their own related series of file extensions that allow you to filter by those. And if I did want to pull from any one of them, let's say, for example, I want to pull in a new order form, I can select on Order Forms, Open from File, and then from here I may say, for example, the Aqua Quick Service order form for 1024. So within this I will select on that, and then I'll select on Open. And what I have now is the order form for that given template. And if I wanted to save it, I can come up to where it says Form. I can select on Save to Database. Now what this will do is then bring up a window allowing me to put in a title. So I'll say, for example, Scott's order form, and I'll click on OK. So now what it's done up at the top here, you'll notice that it says Form Designer Scott's order form. Now if I was to close that off and try to retrieve it, I can go into Order Forms, and there's my new entry, Scott's order form. And then from here I can open it up. and work with it. I can also then save it, and I can apply it within the back office. To apply this within the back office, you go into Administrator, Set up Stations, and within here I have all of the various settings in here. For example, Finish Forms, Force Question Forms, and of course if I want to apply the order form, I go into the multi-menu setup and apply it within there.